Hello everyone, this is Steven with SG Saber Design. Today I've got a Saberforge hilt. This is ASP parts sent by Marcus to be installed. Now this is not the first time I've done this emitter. I've done this tri-emitter before, and I've used this same crystal chamber on my own ASP. This one is different in that this one is all RGB. So all three of these emitters are RGB, and then I've got a special RGB diode in the crystal as well. And it's got a Xeno 3 board in it. So let's go ahead and take a look. Now, when you open this, Marcus, you just want to unscrew right here. Assuming everything, you like the way this is all set up, I will put some Loctite here and here. Mainly because the way this is clocked, I had to do some spacers to get this lined up perfectly. Because I mean, normally I think the crystal face is straight over here, and then this piece was facing this way. So I've made these spacers to get this clocked perfectly. However, being plastic spacers, and this being a very heavy emitter, if you try and do a twist on or off, especially if you've got blades in there, no matter how tight you tighten all these, a twist on and off is going to start loosening these very quickly. So I'm going to put a little bit of Loctite on these just to hold them in place while you're playing with it, assuming that everything is the way you want it. So let's go ahead and take a look. It's a single button, and you got your USB-C charge port. The charge port is, of course, connected. However, I would suggest not using that, but just popping the battery out and charging it separately. Number one, it's way faster, and I think it's safer than trusting the board to charge the battery. It's not really designed to do it. It does work. I tested it, but I would not. It wouldn't be my preference. Now there is a spacer right here that I created to clock this way with your cover tech down here. Initially I was thinking to have it on the side, but then I thought that's kind of dumb, because if that's on the side and you hang it on your belt, this piece is going to stab you. So the way I've got it clocked right now, cover tech's there, so if you do put it on a belt clip, you've got nice smooth up against your leg. So let's go ahead and take a look. So just be careful, this can fall off. It's just a little piece of plastic. Here's your Xeno 3 board. Now if you want to change your fonts, you just pop your card out. I think this one, you just lift up this is on a hinge, you lift it up and then just pop the card straight up. Over here, we've got room for our 18650 battery. Pretty much any 18650 battery will work in here. I'm going to use a full protected cell with button top. This is a keep power. And down here we've got this is a Saberbay extra bass speaker, 28 millimeter. And then we've got a full color RGB LED up above the crystal, lighting it from above. And then there are 3 separate RGB emitters up here, all wired back to the board. Now the way the Xeno 3 board is, those are all wired exactly the same, so they do the same thing all the time. So to use this, we're going to put in our battery. Spring side is the negative. Pop that in.
Power on.
And after a couple seconds, you're going to see your switch light up, and it's going to say power on. At that point, we can go ahead and put our grip back on. And if you want to turn on, you just hit the button. So let's see. So you can see that crystal lights up really nicely with that light. I don't have 3 individual blades. So I'm just going to put one in right here for the moment. So when you're putting in your blades, it's this one for the top one. And then for the side emitters, it's the ones that are way out here by the end. Don't touch these. Don't touch this one, or this one. These three here are holding your emitters in place. If you loosen them, I mean, these are up against a back wall. They're not going anywhere. This one, if you loosen it, it could be pushed down. If you push down on this with that loose, if you push hard enough, it could possibly slice into all the wiring that's coming from these two here. It's just the way the hilt is designed. So just make sure this stays nice and tight and nothing to worry about. Also, this one here keeps the chassis in place inside the hilt. And that is just part of the crystal chamber holding it together. So go ahead and turn it on. And you have one other blade I can put in. So let's go ahead and try that. Just thought I had more. I think I cut up some of the empty blades I had for trying to make blade plugs. So there we go. I'm not super versed on Xeno 3. I don't own any of those. But if you hold the button, it will tell you when it has changed the fonts.
The learner.
So once it says a new font name, you've got it's switched.
The Dark Lord Revisited.
Now, I just noticed on my screen, it does not look like these are lighting up very well. In person, they are lit up completely. I mean, not as like a NeoPixel blade would, but they do look really good. I know on the screen, I just noticed they kind of look like they're lit here and then dark out here. That's not the case.
The Champion.
And you got clashes. Now your volume, I think, is just like a one click.
Volume low. Mute. Volume high.
Volume high is very loud. That's like an outdoor thing, in my opinion.
Volume low.
So.
Serenity.
Now, each time that beeps, it's signifying it's at a different stage to do. There's different blade like flicker rates and things like that you can set up. I'm not versed on those at all, but it's pretty easy to look up the Xeno 3, and I know, pretty sure you already know all that stuff. So.
Idle.
Got some pretty cool sound fonts here. Like I said, I don't know all these at all.
Hatred.
It's a really cool sound.
Dark Ages. Cyber Terror.
It's kind of a bluish purple.
Standard mode.
Not sure what I just did there, but
Codex of Light. The Count.
that one's got a lot of flicker to it. It's kind of pretty cool.
Bounty.
Let me take out this side blade so I can move it around a little bit. So like I said, this has twist on, off.
Redeemed.
To turn it off, if you want to power it off, you just kind of hold it. It's like 10 seconds or so.
The Senate.
Power off.
There you go. So, if you have any questions, Marcus, just let me know, and there's still time to make some changes. If everything looks good, I will go ahead and add a little bit of Loctite right in here and right in here, just so that it doesn't come apart when you're doing your twists, because this is a very heavy setup up here, and if you do that, it's just going to come apart eventually. Maybe not immediately, but so once you're done, as long as you turn it off, I think with this board you're good. If you wanted, you can take your battery out anytime just to make sure it doesn't drain, but I'm pretty sure that this one, once you power it down, it stays in kind of a sleep mode. If you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, we'll get this ready to ship. If I can find a box that will fit that large. All right. Thank you everyone for watching. Anyone else has any questions or comments, please leave them below. And everyone have a great night, and may the force be with you.